now we're switching to another sport that normally is indoors but was outdoors recently, and that's the NHL game at Lake Tahoe. The Bruins playing out there. That was a lot of fun as a Bruins fan to watch. And Brennan, what were some of your takeaways from that game out in Lake Tahoe?
I mean, first off, the NHL has had some great outdoor classic games. Obviously, they had one at Fenway that was absolutely amazing. I believe they had one at Chicago Cubs Field. Was it Wrigley Field they had one at?
I believe it was either Wrigley or Soldiers Field. I can't remember which one, but it was one of those. You're absolutely
right. That was another amazing one. So I think they've had some amazing outdoor venues, but I think this is the cream of the crop, and this is the best one so far. Being on the edge of Lake Tahoe, seeing the mountaintop in the back with the snow on Lake Tahoe itself. I think the only thing that could have made those games better was having a bunch of fans probably around, and that would have made the scene just a lot more exciting. But I was excited to watch those games. It was awesome to see the Bruins game. I mean, the defenseman, I think it was Charlie Coyle, got his stick caught up into the tree. So he had a moment where his stick broke and it flew up into the tree. So he had to go back to the bench to get another stick. So I think you never see a moment like that, obviously, in an arena game. So to see a moment like that in an outdoor classic, I think was just amazing. But once again, I think, you saw a few good games there, and the Bruins were in one. But to me, the real story was the location, being right there on the edge of Lake Tahoe. To me, that was really what made it all. I'm really looking forward to seeing if they can top it next year in their outdoor classic and where they're going to go from here.
Yeah, absolutely. The outdoor classic, like you mentioned, has been one of the best things the NHL has done probably over the last, couple decades, just as far as promoting the game, getting more folks involved. Out of my the four major sports, four major team sports, NHL is probably fourth for me. But even though I'm a Bruins fan and I love watching the Bruins, luckily they're good, so it makes them easy to watch. But these are always the games that I want to watch. Before the playoffs, the postseason in the NHL is unbelievable. But the Winter Classic games are great. And this year, obviously, you can't be in a big arena or a big ballpark or a big football stadium like they've done in the past. I thought this was brilliant. Because you can't have fans, go to some place that is just picturesque. It looks like a painting is behind the hockey rink. And then on top of that, because you can't have fans, you do have those things like the trees surrounding the hockey rink. Because I know when they first started doing it at Fenway and at some of the other stadiums, did it at Gillette one year, players would talk about it being kind of like pond hockey outside. This was even more so because of the surrounding elements like you mentioned. And just some of the amazing shots. I know at the start of the game, especially with the TV lighting, because of the sunlight, it was tough to see the puck a little bit with the shadow and sunlight. But later on, as the lighting started to even out, it just looked amazing. It was a great idea. And I'd love to see them do something like this again, either there or somewhere else with that type of amazing setting.
Yeah, I think, like you said, I would love a postcard like that with that picturesque setting, and hopefully the NHL goes ahead and puts that on a poster somewhere, because that really was such a great setting. We're really looking forward to seeing what they can do with the Outdoor Classic going forward.